And it is. Okay, so what we're doing today, last time we looked at speed, and I want to do the same thing today. However, I want to introduce a word that evening schools is massively confused. Now, just remember one thing, science is a language, and you've got to learn these new words. Now, the word you're going to have a look at is velocity. I'm going to tell you why it's different. So we're going to look at velocity, and we're going to use another one, another new word as well, which I may have used sometime. Oh my God, I kind of forget if I've used it already. So there are two new words that we're going to use. We're going to look at velocity and displacement. Okay. We are so used to using two words, which is speed and distance. So much so that it can make everything look really confusing. So I'm going to tell you the difference between the two, show you how to use the formula, all right? And I'm going to show you properly how to use the formula. It's a habit you need to get into. So, and I'm going to give you every possible way of rearranging it. Speed is how fast you are going. It is what we call a scalar quantity. So, for example, in physics, we measure everything in meters per second. So, speed would be, let's say, 2 meters per second. The problem is, I don't know which way you're going. All right. I just know you're moving at 2 meters per second. It does not include direction. Now, velocity is a vector, and we've done that. It means it's how fast you are going, and I know the direction. Okay. Now, for you guys, it's like this. Now, I'm going to put a little example over here, and I'll put it in a little frame. All right. Now, if you are given velocity, and they go, right, my velocity equals 2 meters per second. This is a positive number. That means you are moving to your right at 2 meters per second. Okay. If I give you velocity at minus 2 meters per second, you are moving to your left with a speed of 2 meters per second. So what's the difference? So speed, you cannot have a negative value. You cannot have minus 2 meters per second. Otherwise, that would be velocity. So in speed, you're just given 2 meters per second. You have no idea which way you're going. You could be right, left, up, down, backwards. You don't know. All right? So speed is how fast you are going. Velocity is how fast and in which direction. If it's positive, it's to your right. If it's negative, it's to your left. Okay. Now, the next one I want to have a look at is displacement. Okay? Because it starts getting a bit strange then, there are only three things you need to know. So this is velocity. Now I'll give it a little frame title of velocity. Okay? So the symbol for velocity that I've used here is V. Let's just kind of, that's the symbol for velocity. Velocity has the symbol V. So now we're going to have a look at distance and displacement and what's the difference. All right? Distance and displacement. Now, distance is in meters. So if I turn around and I talk to you about this, oh dear, that's a bit thick. I talk to you about distance. It is simply how far you have travelled. Right? How far you have travelled. Okay, now this gets a little bit strange. And I'll give you an example. If I'm at point A and I'm going to point B, I can go to la 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 la, and I might have travelled 1,000 meters. This is my distance. All right, this is distance. All right, so what's the difference between distance and displacement? All right, now displacement displacement. Okay. Displacement is how far you are from where you started. Right? That's a nice way to look. It's how far you are from where you started. So how does that relate to this really interestingly cool diagram that I drew? All right. God. Oh. I'll get rid of that thing. There it goes. Oh, not now. So, yes, our diagram. Let's just get our diagram. So I'm going to try to pick our diagram. Okay. I'm just going to paste it down there. There's our diagram. It saves me drawing it now. So as we start, we travelled a distance of 1,000 meters. So what is displacement? Well, displacement is how far you are, let's change colour, from B to A and the direction. And that might only be 300 meters, and it's a straight line. None of the left, right, up, down. How far you are from where you started. Okay. Now, the weird thing is, I will make this massive. The symbol for displacement is S. This is not speed. All right? We're not going to use speed. We're going to grow up and we're going to use velocity. So there's no such thing as speed in the question. If it says speed, it's not. It's velocity. All right? Distance is S. So then that now brings us to our formula, which is pretty much straightforward. However, I'm going to teach you how to mess about with it and what different things mean. If I want to work out my velocity, it is displacement over time. All right? And the units you're looking for, velocity, the units for velocity is meters per second. The units for displacement, S, so V equals meters per second. S is displacement, the units are meters. Time is always in seconds. Time equals seconds. I'll put that in there. Right, let's put all the units in actual brackets. This is meters per second. All right. Now, if you want to find velocity, that's fine, but we might have to find something like displacement. And you can rearrange this. This is S divided by T. If I just want to find S, or displacement, this is divided by T, basic algebra. It doesn't matter if it's basic algebra, you're new to this. I do the opposite. I times by T to get rid of it. So we end up with V times T. Now, it doesn't matter which way around it is. So I can even write it as, I can switch the signs around. Displacement equals velocity times time. All right? So there's two equations, and I'm just going to underline them in green. So this one allows you to work out velocity. This one allows you to work out displacement. Let's put a lovely green. And you're going to need both of these at least. All right? And then, what happens if you want to work out time? Well, there's a very cheeky way of rearranging this. All right? And the way of rearranging this is, there's a long way, but I'm going to show a short way. You take S over and slide it over to give you T equals S over V. And we can write that the other way around. Now I'm doing the rearranging for you because it's the first time I've actually done anything that involves rearranging S over V with you guys. Work out time, you use this. If you want to work out displacement or distance, you use this. If you want to work out velocity or speed, you use this. So you've got 1, 2, 3 equations. All right? Okie dokie. Now, and how do you work it out? And I'm going to do number 1. A car travels 100 meters in 10 seconds. Calculate the speed. We are not going to call it speed. We're going to call it velocity. 10 seconds is time, so we're going to call that T. All right. And this is where you're just getting used to how we language this. Right? So we're going to use V for speed, for velocity. Time is 10 seconds, and distance is displacement. So that is going to be S. So it's a little bit confusing because you're so used to thinking speed is S, but not today. We're trying to work out the velocity, so it's got to be V equals, and this is how you lay it out. So you think, right, it asked me to calculate velocity, so I've got to get V equals, where V is my velocity. You go back, you think, like, which one of my equations has V equals? What is equation 1? So you write out V equals S over or divided by T. All right. And then you substitute your values in. S is 100, it's displacement. Careful, it is not speed. Divided by time, T, which is 10. 100 divided by 10 is 10. V equals 10 meters per second. All right, so just to be clear, find your formula. This means substitute your values. Substitute your values. Last part, use a calculator. Use a calculator. These are 3 steps. You miss one out, you'll never get this. That sounds horrible. This is predominantly an issue with boys because we don't lay our work out properly. That is why, on average, girls beat boys on every single exam. Right? That's question 1.